Thank you for clicking on this channel. If it's your first time and you love Disney in itself, and then you want to get into runDisney, or you want to find out more about runDisney, this is a channel for you. Today we have a couple of bits of news information. I'm also going to touch on something I think is coming up, and of course we're going to go over today's topic, which is why do you run Disney? But before we do, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. That way, anytime these videos come out, you're notified. Give it a thumbs up. I love the comments, so please comment down below. Today is going to be a comment video. You'll see as we progress, but let's get right to it. So first, a bit of news. So first off, July 1st is the deadline to put your proof of time for Walt Disney World Marathon weekend. If you haven't already got the email, this is what it looks like. And again, it's going to stress that July 1st is the last day to put in your proof of time. Now, it's very easy. You're going to log into your account. You're going to go to My Races. You're going to go to Edit the Races, or Edit Registration. Again, you're going to have to do this before July 1st. Make sure that you get on to proof of time, and make sure that it's a United States track and field certified course. If it is not a certified course, they won't take it. So make sure that it is. You just have to go to whatever race it is, and they will put it there that if it's a USA track and field certified course, and just submit, copy and paste that proof of time, and then you're set. Second bit of news is registration for Princess happened this week. And of course, it sold out in less than 2 hours. But there was a hiccup at the beginning of it, so it didn't start on time. I think it would have sold out in about an hour and a half or even less had that hiccup not happened. Now, if you look, yoga is still open, and a lot of people are speculating why it's still open. Now, this is just speculation, but I think that if they would have had it in front of the castle at Magic Kingdom, I think it would have already sold out. I think it will sell out in time. I am one who would love to do yoga, but I would love to do it in front of the castle. So that's why I'm hesitating on doing it at Hollywood Studios. So the last thing I want to touch on before we get into today's topic is when will they announce springtime surprise theming? Personally, I think it's within the next 2 weeks, and I would not doubt it if it drops next week. Now, I have my ideas of what it's going to be. There's rumors that have leaked. I will not share them because, again, they're just rumors. Until it gets verified, I'm not going to basically put it out there. But let me tell you one thing. If one of the characters is going to come out as part of the theming, it's going to be so much excitement on my part, and I think a lot of you guys will be excited too. But look forward to that because I think that's coming within the next 2 weeks, and I think it might even be next week. Now let's get into today's topic, is why we run Disney. I'll start off by saying this. I read a book by a gentleman by the name of Simon Sinek, and it was called Start With Why. It was a really, really great read. I talked about why we do things, which is your purpose, your arrow, where that arrow is going straight to where you want to be. So we know when we're going to do it, we know where we're going to be doing it, and sometimes we even know how we're going to be doing it. But after a while, what gets lost in all this hoopla is going to be, why are we doing this? So I know 7 different reasons why people do it, and I'm kind of just congesting them in, a lot of them from experiences. 17 years of running Disney, I've heard a lot of people say why they're doing it, and so I'm going to condense it to 7. There is probably more reasons. I'm going to start off with why you don't do it, but I'm just going to go on that very, very quickly. So some of the reasons why we don't do it is because of the pricing, because of the hard sweeps, because of the stressful registration, and of course waking up between 1 and 3 to have the start time at 5 a.m. I think I've covered all the reasons why not to do it, but let's start with the first reason why we do it. And number 1 is easy. It's going to be just health. A lot of people like to run Disney because it's not the hardest run to do, and they need to have a goal, a purpose to do a run, to do something for their health. So whether it be because of their weight, whether they be because they have heart problems, whether they have diabetes or something like that, they figure out, hey, this is going to be a good way to keep myself active, and I'm going to have to keep on course so I can finish the course. Number 2 is training. And people might say this is a reason why I don't do it, because I hate the training. But one thing that I've noticed over the years, especially because social media is out there, people share their training. It's almost like they're training there. Some of them even go live. Some of them just train almost together when one is running in one part of the country, another one's running on the other part of the country. And it seems to be a camaraderie. I think it's grown to that. I've even seen people find other Run Disney runners in their city or their area, and they meet and train together. So the third reason why people run Disney is the costumes. Some are so unique and they're just awesome to look at. But what I've also noticed is people start sharing their ideas of the costumes way before the race even starts. What are you gonna do? And then they start posting them out there, so they give people ideas. And I think this is an awesome thing that people do, and this adds to the excitement, to the purpose of why you're doing it. So the fourth reason I say is because of the unique expo. And guys, you may not believe this, but at one point the expo was even larger than it was. It went right into the baseball field, and there was vendors there was computers there. So, but over the years, the expo has some freebies that are really, really cool, including some stickers from the races. Plus, one of the things that I love about the expo is you walk in there and you're gonna see things that you've never seen before that you can actually are now tangible, so you can touch them and use them. And there's a lot of stuff that you've probably even seen online through websites, social media, whatever it is, and you see it. Now you can actually go and test it yourself. And I think that's a great thing that the expo brings to Run Disney people. So number 5 is the characters. You get to see some familiar faces, but sometimes you get to see some very rare characters. Like, for example, I got to see Dumbo at one point, and I also got to see Stick. This was really cool. My point is, you just never know what you're gonna see out there on the course. Sometimes they'll let you know a little bit ahead of time. It's usually the morning of, things might leak, but on the most part, you're gonna have to be running the course and then run up to see it. Number 6, if you love Disney in itself, you get to run through the parks before they open up. And I'm gonna share a video of one of the unique things that you get to do. Now, running through the castle is a very unique experience. Now, it's usually only experienced twice. It's going to be during Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend and Princess. The other 2 runs will have different courses. At Disneyland, we usually run through Sleeping Beauty's castle. But again, after this January, they're going to be put on hiatus. Number 7 is the medals. There is some unique medals, and I wanted to show you a couple of examples of what they have. So first off, they have spinners, and there's different kind of spinners. This is what I call a front spinner. Then they also have the side spinner. This was another good one right here. So it spins on the side. Then they even have unique medals that are just like compasses. So this was the Everest one. And let me see, you open it up and you have a compass right there. And you still have more that have spinners within the medal. There's some that light up. The medals are usually pretty heavy. So after a while, you're going to be walking around cling, 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 because there's a lot of medals. And people will always tell me, every time I show them the medals, they'll start to hold them and they go, these are pretty heavy medals. Now I'm going to get to why I run Disney. So I've been doing this for 17 years, and I wouldn't have lasted this long if it wasn't for my love of Run Disney. And yes, I have run a lot of other runs around the United States, but this one to me is just more dear to my heart. Every race I've run, even if it wasn't Run Disney, I always ended up striking up a friendship, a running friendship, that some of them have grown. But the uniqueness of the Run Disney is some that I have, they have grown over the years to where they are now actually my friends that I talk to on a regular basis. I get to see these unique characters, and by characters, I mean you guys that go out there, you run, you have your own story of why you're doing it. and I just love hearing the stories. To me, the stories are something that get lost, but it is the most amazing thing. It uplifts me to continue to go on. I just love being back there with the balloon ladies now, sharing stories, getting people to cross the finish line. It's just an amazing experience for me. And as time goes by, I've done this channel because I want to share those experiences with you guys. Now I'm going to turn it over to you guys. Why do you run Disney? Please comment down below, share your information, your experiences with all of us. I personally really want to know. But without further ado, thank you so much for putting up with me again, and create a magical day, create a magical run, and guys, see you sooner than later.